Mental Performance Podcast.
You heard the intro. This is the place, and the place is here, and the time is now. El lugar es aquí, el momento es ahora. The place is here, the time is now. We're here to help you overcome the mental and oftentimes emotional barriers that stand between you and consistent, confident, and controllable performance outcomes. Today, episode 154. Heads Up Baseball, Chapter 2, Going on a Mission. Let's talk about missions, and not the mission out in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is the amazing modern Mexican cuisine spot. Unbelievable. But I divert. Not just some fluffy motivational bullshit that sounds good on a locker room poster when we talk about going on a mission. I'm talking about the fire that gets your ass out of bed at 5 a.m., the thing that keeps you working when you don't feel like it, the thing that separates the serious player from the one who it's fun. It never really, well, if I went all out, then I would, I don't really go all out. What are you, scared of success? If you don't really go all out 500 times, guess what? Life's a wrap. Lock in, check in, lock in. Because let me tell you right now, if you don't know why you're playing this game, you're going to break when it gets hard, and it will. Pushing that rock will get hard. Ask Sisyphus. We're diving into Chapter 2 of Heads Up Baseball. What the hell is a mission, and why does it matter? Picture this, your last game of baseball ever. Your career's done. You've retired from high school ball, college ball, pro ball, whatever level you made it to, and who and what you became along the way is more important than what level you made it to. And now you're sitting at your retirement banquet. All your boys are there, coaches, teammates, family. The guy at the mic is telling stories about you. What does he say? What kind of player were you? What kind of competitor were you? What impact did you leave behind? That answer, that's your mission. And if you don't know it yet, you better start figuring it out, because no one stumbles their way into greatness. Why do you play baseball? This is the foundational question for your mission. Is it because you love the game? Is it because you love competition? Is it because you have a deep obsessive need to prove something? Whatever it is, own it. Ownership over obedience. And I'm going to say this right now. If you don't know why you play, the game is going to eat you alive. You ever see those guys who had all the tools but never did shit with them? The guys who could have been great, but they just never really cared enough? The guys who coasted and played at 75% effort and then bitched about why they didn't go further? I'm guilty of it. I'm an expert in how to solve some of these things, some of these diseases of the mental game, because I've had them all. And I anchored down, took a breath, and set better sails and learned how to become a better sailor. And sometimes you set the sails and you go, and sometimes you drop anchor and you breathe and you lock in and weather the storm. The sun is going to rise the next day. It has for the last 6,500 years of recorded history. The guys who coasted played at 75% effort, and then, I didn't go any further. They never had a mission. They were playing the game, but they weren't on a mission. Be the missionary on a mission. Take people with you. Nobody does it alone. That's why one pilgrim alone is a zealot, and two pilgrims plus together, that's a pilgrimage. So the four things a mission can give you. A mission gives you direction and self-discipline. Most players wake up and let their feelings, their preferences, instead of their principles, dictate their effort. They feel good, they grind. They feel off, they half-ass it. Heads up, players. As Ravizza would say in the book, don't operate like that. They play hard because that's what their mission demands. They live in alignment. They don't leave their attitude and their appearance and their perspective and their preparation and their performance and their effort and their emotions and their energy up to chance. Your mission makes your decisions for you. You don't ask, should I go to the Iron Paradise and hit a session today? Go to the old meat castle and get a shreducation going. Should I do that? You ask, when am I going to the Iron Paradise today? Big fucking difference. A mission gives you meaning. We talked about Sisyphus earlier. I'm bringing in Greek mythology. This guy was sentenced by the gods to push a giant rock up a hill for eternity. Push it up, it rolls back down. Push it up, it rolls back down. Over and over and over for eternity. Sounds miserable, right? But, and if you've ever read the great book, it's behind me, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Wow. Tears in my eyes. Sounds miserable, right? But Sisyphus found meaning in it. The same way Viktor Frankl found meaning as a Holocaust survivor living in Auschwitz. One day, he tried pushing it back to Sisyphus. He tried pushing the rock up the hill as fast as he could. The next day, he tried to push it as gracefully as possible. Then he tried to go as slow as possible. He made the process the purpose. He made the process the purpose. That's baseball. You're not getting ready for the big one. You're getting ready for each one. Every game starts 0-0. Every season starts back at square one. You're going to have to take a million swings, field a million grounders, throw a million pitches. And if you're just going through the motions instead of growing through the motions, this game is going to crush you. But if you got a mission, that shit fuels you. What else? A mission can minimize stress. You ever see a guy who's way too tight and tense? The guy who thinks every at-bat is life or death, didn't time out his energy protocol, his juice dosage. Guy barely ate and crushes a couple ghost energies. Now he's on a roll. Maybe he got a hold of some old 1MR and hit a little pre-workout and got that beta alanine tingle. Whew. He's gripping the bat like it owes him money. He swings, he misses, and suddenly his whole self-worth is shattered. You know why that happens? Because his entire identity is tied to his performance. Because he doesn't know how to separate who he is from what he does. Who and do. He doesn't know how to have a moment where he flips the switch pre-practice, pre-competition, pre-game to lock into the ultimate ball player, and when after the game to shower well, take his uni off, do his post-game execution journal, his well, better, how, his quab and pitch execution analysis, shut the book, and move on. Learn the lesson, leave the event. Failure is feedback. So he thinks his entire identity is tied to his performance. He thinks baseball is who he is instead of something that he does. You're going to have bad days. You're going to strike out 4 times. You're going to walk 3 straight hitters. But if you know why you play, if your mission is bigger than one game, one at bat, one outing, you don't get crushed when things don't go your way. What else does a mission do? A mission fuels intensity. Ever see a guy just going through the motions instead of growing through the motions, taking 100 lazy swings and beeps? And BP, batting practice? No, baseball practice. Get out there and practice fielding. What is it, BP? Fielding ground balls with no focus. You see that? 100 lazy swings, fielding grounders, no focus, jogging out a pop-up like he's got somewhere better to be. That dude is not on a mission. Mission-driven players, They attack practice like it's game 7 because they know if I treat practice like it's a game, then the game will feel like practice because I cannot expect to do anything in a game that I'm not doing in practice. I don't rise to the occasion. I sink to the level of my preparation, my process, my routines, my consistency. Because they know reps don't mean shit if there's no intensity. Every swing, every ground ball, every pitch is an opportunity to get better. An opportunity is now here. The mission is what separates the grinders from the tourists, the storytellers from the tourists, the sailors from the passengers. And the separation is in the preparation. But how do you do it? How do you create it? How do you create and live your mission? Ask yourself, why do I play baseball? And write that shit down. Take it from the clouds to the dirt, from your head to your hand, put it on paper, because all of a sudden it's like, boom, right in front of you. And then somewhere in your subconscious, because things happen twice, first in your mind, then in reality, dream the dream. The process is the dream. Put it down on paper, and now you get in the roots to have the fruits. When you put it down on paper, that's a public declaration to yourself. You're making a public declaration. And as you know, public declaration strengthens resolve. It strengthens your resiliency. It strengthens your mission. Write it down and own that shit. Decide what kind of player that you want to be. Are you the grinder? Are you the leader? The guy everyone trusts when the game is on the line? Set your goals. Not just big picture goals, and set SMART goals. Specific, measurable, attainable, relentless, timely goals. And some of you are going, I thought it was realistic. You guys want to be big leaguers. Some of you want to be playing in the US Open. You know who I'm talking to, right? Realistic. By whose standards? Let's set relentless goals. When you're talking about SMART goals, not just big picture dreams, but daily missions. Daily missions. Daily missions. Every day, pick one thing to focus on. Today's mission is to play with confidence. Today, my mission is to own my pre-pitch and release routine. Today, my mission is to attack ground balls with game-like intensity. Today, my mission is to be the best fucking we over me teammate on the planet. Keep it simple, one mission a day. And at the end of the day, grade yourself. Did I live in alignment, behaviors, actions, words with my mission? Did I accomplish my mission today? Did I compete the way I said I would? Did I bring the right energy, focus, and intent? This is how confidence is built. Not by hoping, not by waiting, by deliberately stacking days, stacking wins. Today plus today plus today plus today equals your dreams. Don't just study the mental game. Compete. Mental skills are not a replacement for competing. Still go out and be the lion when you need to be the lion. Be the lion. Be the tiger, not the bunny rabbit. Right? They're not a replacement. They're not an excuse to overthink everything and forget to just fucking play. I've talked about it before. Don't lose sight of the fact that they are there to help you lock in, help you focus your intensity and your emotions, not take them away. So take your mission and own it, and then let it rip. Para mis jugadores latinos, más línea, más vida. Until next time. If you want to be a disciplined, committed, prepared ball player in the future, you start that shit today. And you already know it takes what it takes. And if you choose, the best is yet to come.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Check out Enrique Bayerne's podcast, The Deuce is Wild with Will the Thrill Clark on nofilter.net and all your major platforms. That's it. That's all.